All right, everyone, we will get this party started today. Thank you for joining us on yet another edition of our third Thursday, coming to you live from downtown Indianapolis, where it's been a cold week for us, but getting a little bit warmer. And obviously, this is going to be a little bit of a different webinar for us. We have one big topic we'll be covering today, and joined with me is the one and the only David Kerr, our Chief Executive Officer. And I'm going to be turning the reins over to him in just a second. Again, my name is Adam Becker. I am the VP of Relationship Management here at Octiv. And again, pleasure to have all of you. Just as a reminder, this is going to be recorded, so we will be sending this out to anyone who registered, including yourself, who are on the phone. And as always, we like to keep this conversational. So as we're walking through a lot of good information today about the acquisition, please feel free to use the chat window in your screens to type to us here, and then we'll do our best to answer any questions that come up in context. If you have anything that you'd like us to follow up with you one-off via your account manager, also let us know. A lot of the account managers are actually sitting here in the room, and so we are able to definitely get back to you as soon as we possibly can. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to David and let him take it away.
Great. Thanks, Adam.
Yeah.
Glad to be here. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I thought when Adam was saying we've got one big topic, he was going to say taco today. Sounded like that was coming out. We will make this conversational. I'm going to keep the kind of headlines here to maybe 10 minutes or so, and then we'll just open it up to questions. As Adam mentioned, we have a lot of our account managers in the room, so you guys can answer questions or ask questions, or obviously we'll be getting them on the WebEx as well. So obviously you've been notified via email or directly from your account manager or relationship manager that Octiv and Conga are joining forces. We are thrilled about that, excited about that, not only for the team, but also for the customers on the line as well. And what I want to do is share a little bit more about how that came about. I want to talk a little bit about who is Conga and kind of why now, why did this happen, and what does this mean for you all as customers. So just briefly, as we're walking through this, some of you have been with us for a short amount of time. Some of you have been with us for probably close to 8 years now. Octiv is getting close to being 8 years old. You might remember us as Tinderbox. We currently have just over 325 customers. And obviously our whole mantra has been being online first and ensuring that we are the market leader, the market innovator around being online first with document generation and with contract management. And that's really where we've put our emphasis, our focus, all of our passion is around that. We are also a venture-backed company. And as a venture-backed company, it means that we take money in from venture investors to grow the company rapidly. But then it also means that we have a fiduciary responsibility to those venture backers to, if there is an opportunity for us to join forces with another company to bring better services to our customers or to grow faster, that we have to look at that and consider that. And it's one of these things that, and we can talk more about this if people are interested about what the timing of it is and these kinds of things. But in the space that we're in currently, there are a couple of market leaders, and we feel like Octiv is the market leader on the online piece, and Conga has been the market leader around DocGen, specifically around their DocGen with Salesforce integration and with PDFs and Word documents and so forth. So with that, let's move slides here for folks. I want to share a little bit about Conga. And so Conga's been around for close to 12 years. They have roughly 9,000 customers. They got their start really as essentially a merge solution to take data out of Salesforce and to create documents to make it easy for companies to create all kinds of documents. And so that's how they got their start. And then they've really made their reputation around high-end customer service and quality customer service. And so if you go look at them on the App Exchange and Salesforce, they've got about 1,200 reviews. They average 5 stars in those reviews, and all of it is around not only their solutions, but really around their emphasis on the customer and their customer focus. So as we were moving forward, there had been more and more opportunities for us to have conversations. We'd certainly been competitors in some situations, but we felt like as we started to talk across the management teams and from our investor base that there was a really unique opportunity to bring the companies together. And at its core, I would say the core of it was around customer focus and an emphasis on the customer. I think hopefully most of you on the line will attest to the fact that the team I'm sitting with here in the room and the other relationship managers and account managers and AEs at Octiv are one of the primary reasons that you've stayed with Octiv and appreciated Octiv through the years. The next piece that was really attractive to bringing the companies together was around the investment. So Conga, in terms of size of company, is a larger company, growing at a more rapid rate and has a significant investment base behind that, which allows us to continue to put resources behind both our services team and our product team and elsewhere in the business to continue to serve you all better. And then the third reason behind it is really around innovation. And so I assume Adam, Kelsey, and others have really talked a lot about product innovation along the way, and as you have probably seen our roadmap and where we're headed with our roadmap. I feel strongly that what this does is it gives us the ability to drive that innovation on that roadmap more rapidly. So those are kind of the foundational elements. That customer focus, the investment piece, and the innovation are really the foundational elements in terms of why we're bringing the companies together. And then if we look at what the benefits will be and where you should begin to see benefits as a customer, first of all, let me just answer, the Octiv solution will continue in the future. We are meeting every day on ways that we can accelerate the innovation on the roadmap, continue to address whether it's enhancements or bug fixes that you're looking to have resolved. That is all running apace and probably at a higher level of speed and urgency as we begin to add resources here in the early days. So that piece, no changes other than you should expect faster, better, I would say, over time with this, bringing the groups together. As you look at the other benefits to this, so when we think about the complete suite of solutions, both companies do document generation. Conga is very focused on the Salesforce ecosystem with their core product. Octiv obviously integrates with all types of backend systems, whether it be Salesforce or Dynamics or any type of CPQ or even proprietary solutions. We're going to continue to that. So we add to the Conga suite by expanding that range of integration solutions. The other area where we're going to gain additional expertise is Conga has a lot of subject matter expertise as well as a solution around contracts in particular and CLM. And for those that aren't familiar with that term, it's contract lifecycle management. So they have a full CLM solution, which means there are things like clause management and renewal management and things like that that you would find in a CLM solution. But then they've also brought that to Salesforce as well. So they have, I think it's Conga Contracts for Salesforce, which will expand what we're doing in contract management. So we've got the online first contract management piece, but that's, you'll see and hear more from this group as we go forward in terms of how this expands. So I would expect you will see more opportunity for more use cases, more opportunity for use cases elsewhere in your organization besides sales. So procurement, HR, legal, I see that just expanding by bringing the companies together. I think support it's just a core foundational passion, I think, of both companies. So I think you'll see that to continue. The benefit here, we do have 24/7 follow the sun support. Conga does as well. They also have global offices. So they have an office in Sydney, Australia. They have an office in London. And so you'll begin to be able to see just more of that global stretch and infrastructure between the two organizations. In terms of scale, we see this as really beneficial to our customers, both small, mid-market, as well as enterprise, that we think there is opportunity for us to see better performance in the solution. We're doing more and more work in multiple countries across Europe. We're starting to do more work in Asia Pac. And so that scale and infrastructure is going to be critical. And just being part of a larger organization, we'll go from about 55 people to about 370 people. You should begin to see results out of that as well. And then I've already talked about the speed of innovation. We just are both think it's critical as we've seen changes in this marketplace to continue to speed the innovation process. So I think those are probably the big pieces. A couple other things that I would just touch on, and then I'll stop this monologue. One, the culture piece I think is really important. This goes back to the support, but I think you've probably gotten accustomed to a responsive team, a caring team, kind of a surrounding, swarming type team. I think you'll find that across both organizations. We've already seen it in the early days of doing some of the integration. And then another benefit, we have a couple of system integrators in our ecosystem, but I'm really excited because Conga's got 400 system integrators that are part of their system. They've got large and small and medium-sized system integrators that understand their solution, that help with implementation, help with adoption, and we're going to be able to leverage that ecosystem and help drive more benefit across our combined customer bases. So I think with that, I said 10 minutes, and that's about 10 minutes. I will take a breath and pause and see if, Adam, if you've got questions, or folks around the table or people on the phone have got questions.
Yeah, we have one question that's come in and kind of specific for this one individual, but around, hey, we're a new customer and we've just installed Octiv, and what does that mean for us? As David mentioned, we will continue to support all customers. As an Octiv, whether you came to us from Conga, from any other solutions, we will plan to continue to supporting you as always planned, and we don't ever see that changing. If anything, we'll be able to support you even better. So as our two companies begin again to merge together, you will just see enhanced benefits around this. We do not anticipate taking anything away from our application whatsoever. And if there's any other questions, keep firing those out there. I know that there are some questions internally that we can begin asking, and we can also move on through the slides here. One of the things that we are most excited about, that you may also have heard from your account managers to really help kick off this new merger and the new companies coming together. And it just so happens that it's also close here to Indianapolis, is a customer event called Conga Connect coming up early in April. So April 3rd and 4th, so just a little bit less than a month away, is one of their largest events of the year, where they're expecting over 400 people to be able to join them, and many other customers and even prospects of Conga and of Octiv to learn more about our companies, learn more about the joint solutions. Obviously, we are moving very rapidly on our side. We're still learning a lot on our side, and it will be a great time for all of us to share even more information around how you as customers can expect to be treated and what benefits you'll see through this merger. One of the nice things about this is really the high level of entertainment, the high level of content they're going to be providing, that we will be providing. Gotta get used to that one. And it's really going to be focusing on a couple of different things. Number one, connecting with other people. So we've always talked about the fact that we have the ability to look across industries, be able to look across size of customers, to be able to look across even different roles within an organization. So being able to help you as individuals connect with your peers in other industries and other markets, be able to challenge each other, learn from what you guys are doing either with Octiv or even with Conga. I think it's going to be a great time. One of the also big benefits here for us is it's going to be one of the first times that we, as Octiv employees, will be able to interact with our peers in the Conga world. So many of the account management team and sales organization is going to be up there as well. So we'd love to come, and if we haven't gotten a chance to meet you face to face, we'd love to get you out there. Erica, I see you in the audience. You're close. You're in Minnesota. I want you to get out there. We haven't heard back from you on that one. So
nice.
yeah. So connecting with one another, that's a huge part of what we love in the ecosystem. We think it's a really healthy thing. And the second piece is going to be a solution theater. So we will have our own theater there. Again, we as Octiv are not going to go away. Our solution will continue to be there for you. So we'll have a solution theater. There's going to be many other products. So Conga, again, comes with it. Many different products. Go to their website, check it out. Each one of those product lines will have its own solution theater where you can learn more specifically around other product lines that we'll be able to start providing as part of this merger. And again, as we all learn together, you'll be able to learn with us. There's going to be also some ability for you to do a lot of training, just deeper training on our platform, on the Conga platform. And then last but not least, there's always room for parties and these things. We enjoy have good time with you guys. So one of the fun things to do there in Chicago, a really tall building, is an experience called Tilt, where you get up on the top of the building and then you basically lean forward like you're going to fall off. People apparently find that fun, and that's one of the things that we're going to be doing out there as well. And part of all of this, we're going to have some cool keynote speakers for you. If you haven't read, you can see here on screen, John Acuff, Jeffrey Moore, Andrew Bartles. If you haven't read Crossing the Chasm, it's one of my favorite books as I was getting into small, medium-sized businesses, kind of learning about early stage markets, things like that. Crossing the Chasm is a really cool book. So we're going to be able to learn from some great authors and great thought leaders in our space. But more than that, one thing we're also able to provide each and every one of you is the ability to go to this event for free. So on screen here, you can see that Conga Connect is a $1,200 conference, and I'm sure many of you have gone to these types of conferences before. But we're able to offer this for free because you're an Octiv customer using the code Octiv18 at the registration. So you can see the website there, CongaConnect.com, www.CongaConnect.com. Go out there, register, use that code, and you'll get in for free. We are checking registrations on our side, so we'll be able to identify when you guys get registered, or you can always shoot your account manager a note letting them know that you're going to be out there. And again, every one of them will be there and would love to meet you face to face. So we are super excited to be able to extend this offer to you guys, and really hope to be able to see you here in a little bit less than a month. Fantastic. Do we have more questions that came in? Kelsey, you want to help us out here? I can see her sitting here. I've not been paying attention.
Let's see here. I'm scrolling through to see if we've got any specific Conga Connect questions. Here's the first one for you. Is there a deadline to register?
That's a great question. And by the way, we're able to say, I don't know on these things from time to time. I want to say that there is not a deadline to register. Last time I asked, official registration will end the week before. But if you are concerned about potentially not being able to register in time, please shoot us a note. We'll see if we can make some special arrangements for you. But I believe the official cutoff will be the week before.
What else do we have?
Great. We've got some more specific Octiv and Conga questions. So we'll step back from Conga Connect for a question. But if you've got any more questions around that, or we'll step back for just a minute. But if you have more questions about that, feel free to send those in and we'll get to them. So let's go to a few more general questions here. And just start at the top. Will any of my Octiv main points of contact change?
As of right now, we don't anticipate any of your main contacts to change. As always, though, with business in general, and I'm sure you, for those of you who have experienced some of this before, sometimes things will change and sometimes we will have to mix up your account manager, but it's our goal to continue that level of service for you. But for right now and for the foreseeable future here, you can continue to reach out to the people that you know here at Octiv.
Great. Can you tell the group a little bit about what might happen to the Octiv brand, maybe merging with Conga, and maybe if there's anything people should be aware of relating to price changes and contracts?
Sure. So Octiv brand, you should make sure those T-shirts, you keep them. They might be vintage, go for a high price on eBay. For the near term, the Octiv brand will survive, but eventually it will be Conga will be the lead brand, and this may be a product line name, but it hasn't been determined yet what will happen to the Octiv brand. Kelsey, you asked a question around pricing changes and so forth. So right now, again, foreseeable future, pricing will stay the same, but what we'll have multiple SKUs essentially. So Conga already has several products and that are packaged. We will become a SKU, a document generation, online doc gen, and an online contract management piece, and will become a SKU in their product suite. I assume there will be other kinds of packaging elements that will occur, as we move forward and so forth. So,
great. Could you tell us a little bit more about how some of the Octiv customers might be able to see what Conga looks like, what that product suite is?
Yep, absolutely. So obviously, one of our objectives here is to see if we can get you out to Conga Connect. That's always going to be a great way to learn face-to-face and meet, again, us and Conga employees. As we are getting enabled on the Conga products, we anticipate to be able to show you those ourselves, but if you're just biting at the bit and really want to check it out, they do have a website. You can go to www.conga.com. We personally will not be able to do their products justice just quite yet, but if you really want to know more about their products, I encourage you to go out to their website. You can check those out online. And if you are interested in learning more about those, I would encourage you to please still reach out to us here. We are communicating with the teams over at Conga, and we'd love to help facilitate that. Again, we love each and one of you. I'd love to maintain that relationship. So if you want to learn more, reach out to us, check out their website, and we'll get you all hooked up.
Great. Let's keep rolling through some of these questions. I think David spoke a little bit about this one, but the specific question is, are there any changes coming to the Octiv platform due to the acquisition?
Yeah, our intention is to roll forward with the roadmap that we currently have, augment it or enhance it where we can with either subject matter expertise or resources from the Conga team. But one of the primary pieces of this and interest was keeping the online first component of it. Conga was seeing that as an element in the market that was gaining more and more traction. And so we see this as being fundamental, foundational to moving forward with their overall product line.
And one thing to just tag along to that one, next month, third Thursday of the next month, we will continue this webinar series and anticipate, again, walking through a lot of the enhancements that we will have brought at that time and talk probably more at that time around the future roadmap of Octiv.
We've got some people who have done some research about Conga already and know that they're a Salesforce.com app. So we have a question here asking if there is a plan to focus primarily on Salesforce or maybe some continuing the non-Salesforce specific integrations that Octiv offers today.
Continuing the non-Salesforce integrations. It's another reason that it made sense to bring the companies together. Conga does have deep integration. They're built on Force.com. Their whole history is around Salesforce.com. We give them more breadth outside of Salesforce.com. So we've got integrations with Dynamics, with proprietary systems, with other CPQs. So it just gives more breadth.
Great. We've got a couple questions here with a specific question about the URLs that you use to log into your Octiv account and the URLs that are created for your documents. You might be familiar with, your company name .octiv.com. Asking if there's some question, what might change there and what that plan looks like.
Yeah, and as David mentioned, again, for the foreseeable future, we don't anticipate the Octiv brand changing anytime soon. However, eventually, yes, we will need to address those URLs. Luckily, we have a little bit of experience with this. Also, as David mentioned very early on, we were once upon a time called Tinderbox, and we've, for those of you who have been around with us for a while, we went through that transition through Tinderbox Octiv. This is not something we're going to be kind of pulling you on a Thursday and then saying, hey, you have to switch tomorrow. Obviously, we're on the phone with you guys today. We're answering any questions you have, and we want to be as transparent and as humanly possible throughout this process with you. And so, yes, while I would likely anticipate a change to those, again, we will give you a time frame as soon as we know what that time frame would be. But I can tell you right now, we will be giving you plenty of heads up and be walking you through any processes that it takes in order to change those URLs.
Great. Keep sending those questions in. I think I've got the last one for us, unless we see a few more coming in. But could you tell us what are the biggest takeaways as an Octiv customer that I should remember going away from this webinar? What changes for me immediately? What do I need to tell my team about?
Go for it.
Yeah, I think at the outset, it is business as usual. Keep calling your Octiv contacts, working with your Octiv contacts. Customer focus should remain the same or increase. Product innovation for Octiv is going to continue forward. I know there's folks that might have concerns that, hey, there's duplication across products. That's not accurate. There is a focus for them on PDFs and more of an offline type of solution. Ours is online. So there's an interest in just broadening that across the board. So I think it's customer focus. Be ready for that, more investment, more innovation, and continuing to move that all forward.
Fantastic. I think that wraps it up for the questions we've got so far, but so thanks so much for sharing with us today. I just also wanted to let you know that we had a lot of positive notes coming through. People are really excited and pumped up about all the good things happening here, and me too, as a Octiv Conga employee. So.
Yeah, and I'll tag along to that one as well. Obviously, this is still early days, and there's still a lot that here at Octiv that we need to understand and let you guys know more about. But we have met a lot of the folks from Conga already. They're super people. We are really looking forward to this, and everyone here at the Octiv office is really excited to learn more and to continue working forward for you guys. Again, we're all here for you, so we couldn't be more excited to be here. All right, guys, that's going to bring us to the end. If you have any other burning questions, we will go ahead and sit on the line for a few minutes. Just a reminder, again, every third Thursday, the next one coming up is going to be April 14th, in about a month from now, is going to be our next tips and tricks. And again, we will be back to our little bit of regular scheduled programming. I'm sure we'll have some more information, but maybe between now and then we'll see you. So don't forget, also April 3rd and 4th, Chicago, Illinois. Love to see you there in person. And the last thing for you guys, oh, sorry, it's April 19th. April 19th, not April 14th. I was getting notes written to me at that time. All right, guys, appreciate everything, and we will talk to you later.
Have a great day.